Running socks, yes sir! I'm back, guys. It's good to see you again. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. I'm sorry I've been away a few days. I've just kind of been busy and overwhelmed after a hard midterm grind, and I just needed some time to reset. But I'm back here for the long haul. I'm so excited if you've been staying with me. Nobody unsubscribed, so I mean, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so pretty fun things to talk about today. The most important thing of the day, the topic of this video, running socks. Yes sir! Yes. Okay, so running socks. Why are they important? Well, for one, this is actually one of the first times I've actually ever bought like a large stock of running socks. I ordered my running socks from Endur apparel. Hit them up. Canadian company. If you're Canadian, these are amazing. If you're not Canadian, these are still amazing. Yeah, great running sock company. You can get them cheap in their sales section. You know that's where I got them. I'm a cheap ass. So yeah. Anyways, so why do you guys need running socks? Well, for one, they really keep your feet dry and warm at the same time. What do I mean by that? They wick all the moisture off your feet, and they keep them warmer than a cold, wet pair of socks would, because your feet are nice and dry. And number two, they keep your foot a little bit more supported. On the packaging of the Endur socks, it says arch support, and it's because, just if you notice right here, I don't know if you can notice it's in black. These are brand new socks. I haven't worn them yet. They have a little bit more of a strong tensile strength there, I guess. Tensile strength, maybe? I don't know. I don't really know. Anyways, it's got arch support. You can even buy compression socks, like Compressed Sport. I'm more of a, I think it's R4. Anyways, they're a compression company. Big fan of their socks. I love running in those. But yeah, you can always get compression, which helps you recover. And honestly, I think having technical fabrics instead of just a plain cotton blend is always better. So I'm about a week into running with these socks, and I'm nothing but amazed with the way they feel on my feet. They're soft, they're warm, they're cold, they're everything I've wanted them to be, and they come in all the shapes and sizes. I mean, here's another pair. These ones have milkshakes and sundaes on them, and another pair I have has flowers on them, and I've got a pink and a blue ankle sock ones, which I'm gonna wear the pink ones with my Vaporflies, because obviously pink Vaporflies are gonna look sick as hell. And yeah, I honestly think just socks that are more technical in general are gonna keep your foot better prepped for any run that you do. I've noticed this week that whenever I finish my run, I'm not like aching to get my socks off like I was when I was wearing like just cheap Nike socks, because my foot wasn't just soaking wet and they weren't like warm and moist and bleh, you know what I mean? Bleh. They were well ventilated and they weren't holding water. These don't hold water that much. Like, there's obviously a tiny bit of water that gets held, but they're not like just soaked in water, which is what I really enjoyed. So I think if you're looking to not have to like be begging to take your socks off after a run, these are the type of socks for you. Any type of running socks that isn't just a cotton blend is really going to help you feel a lot more comfortable in your shoes. Just remember that the thickness of your socks really will change the outcome of how your foot feels in a shoe, because remember, you might be judging the fit of your shoes based on how your socks are stuffed in there. So on race day, you're obviously going to be wearing thin socks, so you should be judging a little bit on that. And during like winter days, you're going to need thicker socks. I've had no problem on hot days and cold days with these socks so far. On race days, I just buy a really cheap pair of running room socks, super thin. They're like $5. I just like my socks as thin as possible. I'm not a barefoot guy. It just makes me uncomfortable and gives me blisters. And I just don't think it's really feasible for me to be running barefoot. Especially last winter when I was doing races in the cold. That was a no-go for me. Not fun at all. I honestly would rather wear a pair of these next winter, or this winter when I race. Yeah, I don't want to wear those racing socks, but especially for track, a thin pair of socks, cheap, doesn't really matter, as long as they feel comfortable. Anyways, back to the topic. Just remember how thick your socks are. These are like, I honestly would wear them for racing. They wouldn't bug me that much. They shouldn't bug you, they're socks. That's the point. They're lightweight, they're lighter than your shoes, so, you know, as long as you're just buying shoes based off of how your foot sizing is and not just how thick your socks are, because I'm wearing fluffy, comfortable, sitting around the house socks right now, and I would never want to go try on shoes in those. But you just need to be wary of that. And yeah, you guys just need to really, I feel like you get yourself a good pair of running socks and you'll feel a lot more comfortable in your running shoes. If you're like me and your feet get really sweaty, these really will help you a lot. I honestly wish I bought like 5 more pairs than I did. I probably will end up buying more pairs. They're super comfortable. Canadian company, so I'm supporting the boys down in Victoria. You know, I'm always a big fan of supporting small businesses, and yeah, I mean, they're not small anymore, but they've got the designs I like. They've got mystery designs, which is really cool, and I just think I've been running better this week since I got these socks, just because I'm not holding water and my feet aren't getting all sweaty. I have noticed if I'm running on something that's really dusty, like a really dusty trail, that they let a little bit of sand in. Not sand, but dust. And I guess that also depends on what shoes you're wearing. I was wearing, like, I think pegs, and those let in a lot of, like, dust and dirt, you know, because they're one of their thinner uppers. But yeah, that's another thing to be wary about. That was also one of my thinner pairs of Endur socks. These are thicker. That's basically it for today. I'm glad I'm back here talking to you guys. I really enjoy making this content for you. And if you like this video, hit the subscribe button. Comment if you're gonna buy a pair of running socks, what your favorite brand is. So far, Endur and cheap running room socks. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next run.